Hello and welcome to part 50. In this video, we will learn about access modifiers. In C#, access modifiers are keywords that defines the accessibility of a class, structure, interfaces, or their members. The members can be field, methods, properties, and extra. So basically, if you want to hide a class or unhide a class to some other class or a structure or interface, you can use access modifiers. So access modifiers can be used with type and type members. If you don't know about what are type and type members, I will suggest you to watch the part 49 of this video series. In that video, we have discussed about type and type members. So let's open up the Visual Studio and create a simple program and understand how we can utilize access modifier in real world. I have opened up my Visual Studio. Let's create a class. So I have created an employee class. This class has three properties: ID, name, and salary. And it has two methods. First one is get salary after tax. And within this method, we are calling one more method, that is get tax rate. So basically, we are trying to calculate the salary after tax of an employee. And to calculate the salary, we are using this get tax method to actually get the tax rate. And this method is returning 10. It means we are using 10% as our tax rate. So let's create an object of employee class and try to use this class in our program. Okay, so I have created an employee object that is having ID as 1, name as Peter, and salary as 10,000. So let's try to invoke get salary after tax method and calculate the salary for this employee. Let's create a variable salary to store the salary, and let's call employee dot get salary after tax. Okay, and at the end, let's just print out salary after tax equal to whatever the salary we are getting. Let's run the program. And you can see we are getting salary after tax is 9,000. Salary was 10,000, but after deducting the tax, we are getting 9,000. So our program is working as expected. Okay. But if you take a closer look in our employee class, we have the method get tax rate. And if you notice, it is using a public access modifier. This public is nothing but an access modifier. So what someone can do, if it is public, this is available in our demo class also. If someone tries to access it, employee dot get tax rate, they can easily access it. So I have invoked the get tax rate method and I am printing it out on line number 17. If I run the program, you will notice we are getting the tax rate also. But as a user, I don't want to see this method in my demo class. Our demo class don't worry about how the salary after tax is calculated. This class is only interested in what salary we are getting after tax. How it is done is the responsibility of employee class. What I'm trying to say here is the get tax method should not be visible to other classes. This is something that should be internal to employee class. So in order to solve these kind of problems, to enforce encapsulation, basically hiding the unwanted members of a class, we can use access modifiers. So if I want to hide this method from the outside world, what I can do, I can make this as private. If a member is private, it won't be accessible outside that class. If you notice, we are already getting a red line here. And if you read the error message, it says get tax rate method is inaccessible due to its protection level. So by applying the private access modifier, we have hidden our get tax rate method from outside world. So now only employee class can access get tax method. If you notice, we are able to use it at line number 30, but we won't be able to use it anywhere else in our program. So this is the purpose of access modifier, and we have seen how we can use private access modifier to hide the things from outside world. Private access modifier can be used on all type members, whether it is a property, a class field, a method, or any other type member. So I can apply private access modifier to my salary if I want. I can apply it to a class field. Let's create a class field, private int I. So we can apply it to a class field also. And very important thing to notice here is private keyword can be used on classes also, but only when the class is not in a namespace level. The class should be inside other class. What I'm trying to say here is, if I put private access modifier here, I will get the error message. Compiler will say element defined in a namespace cannot be explicitly declared as private protected, protected internal, or private protected. So we cannot apply private access modifier on this class because this is directly inside a namespace, right? But if I create a class within a class, let's first change it back to public. And if I create a class within my class, let's call it inner class. Okay, so I have created this class. Let's try to change this access modifier from public to private. And if you notice, it will allow us to do it. If I try to build the application, I will be able to build the application. But if you notice, we are getting the error message because we have changed some access modifiers here. We have changed the salary property to private, and because of that, we are getting the red line here. So let's change it back to public, right? And remove this get tax rate here. We don't want this. And if I try to build the application will build successfully. So guys, private access modifier can be used on all the type members, but it can be used on types also. Means it can be used on type only when they are not directly at the namespace level. If that type is within a other type, that time it can be used, just like we have used it here. So now let's understand the public access modifier. Public means, as the name suggests, it will be public for all. If something is declared as public, it will be accessible within that class. Also, it will be accessible outside that class also. So these are the two extremes. Private means private things can be accessible within that class. Within the employee class, we can access it. Outside that employee class, we won't be able to access it. So if anything is public, it can be accessible anywhere. For example, if you notice the name property is public, that's why we are able to use the name property in the demo class also. And it's not just we can use in the same file. If we have a class in different file also, let me create a file and let me call it second class file. Okay, and let me change it to public for now. So let's create a method in this class and create an object of employee class here. And if I put e dot, you can see we have the access to the name property because name property is marked as public here. But let's say if we have a property, let's call it last name, and let's change the access modifier from public to private. In this case, if I try to access the last name, it won't come. First of all, the IntelliSense will not show you that option to use the last name, but if you type it out, you will get the error message last name is inaccessible due to its protection level. Because last name is marked as private, we won't be able to access it anywhere outside the employee class. But if I try to access the last name within the employee class, I will be able to do it. So if I try to access it, in my get salary after tax method, if I say last name equal to some text, I can easily do it. It will not give any compilation errors. Public access modifier can be used on type and type members also. There is no restriction on using the public access modifier. Let's go back to slides now. So there are 6 access modifier in C Sharp. Those are public, private, protected, internal, protected internal that was introduced in C Sharp 6 version, and private protected that was introduced in C Sharp version 7.2. So till now we have understood public and private access modifiers. So now let's understand the protected access modifier also. If we have marked something as protected, then those fields or those members are accessible from the containing class and any class that is inheriting from it. Okay, so if I have marked anything as protected in my parent class, then only the child classes which are inheriting that parent class can access it. Let's go to Visual Studio and understand this with an example. So let's create a class A, and I have a protected field here X. Let's create a class B and create a method M here, and let's create an object of A class. And if you try to access the X here, you will get the error message. It will say X is inaccessible due to its protection level. Because X is marked as protected, it is not allowed to use X outside this class. Only the class A or the classes which are inheriting A class can access the X field. So within the A class, if I have a method, let's call it method M2. Okay. Within this method, I can access my X and I can set any value here. Okay. So it is possible. But if my class is not inheriting the class A, that time we cannot access it because the protection level is protected. Okay, now let's remove it, and now let's just inherit the A class. Okay, if you notice, if I type X here, I have the access to this field. I can change it to whatever I want. Okay, and second syntax is you can use the base keyword and use dot operator here. And if you see the option that we are getting from the IntelliSense, you will see we have the option of X field also. So we can use base dot X equal to, let's say, 500. Right? So this is how you can use protected access level to make our fields accessible to within that class. Means within A class it will be accessible, and it will be available to other class only if that class is inheriting from A class. Let's go back to slides now. So this was protected modifier, and that's it for this video, guys. In the next video we will learn about the other 3 access modifiers, which are internal, protected internal, and private protected.